And welcome back. Now then, this is something I find personally very exciting to do. What other people think, I don't know, but this is an Airfix Spitfire MKVIII 24 scale. Now then, when I bought this kit, I built 3 of these before. I built 3 of the Mark IXs before. Have a look on the channel, you'll see loads of bits of Spitfire stuff on there. I love these kits. And I just bought this one because it's just another one that they did, and it's a bit different as the Mark VIII in the respect that it's got, you can't see on this at the moment, it's got a retracting tail wheel. It has a slightly different wing. But that's about it really, there's not much else to it. And the Mark VIII never really got much recognition, even though it's in my opinion, a more superior aircraft than the Mark IX, which was more prolific in Europe. So the colour scheme that it comes with in the box is this. You've basically got the Australian grey nurse colour scheme, or another one that was used in Burma, which I think that's not Australian markings, that's UK markings I think. And then you've got an American one. Now, as much as I tried to love this, I don't like any of the colour schemes in the kit, so it put me off it. I just didn't want to do it. I just thought, I don't like this. And I was looking for different colour schemes for this particular version of aircraft, and they're quite difficult to find. There's not a lot of difference. They're mainly those colours, and I just put me off, and I just had other things that I was doing, so I just didn't bother doing it. Until what happened then is I discovered some resin conversion kits from Laminar Flow Designs. I'm not plugging Laminar Flow Designs, but I have nothing to do with them whatsoever. I just bought these with my own money. But this is a resin conversion kit to convert the Mark VIII into a Mark XIV. Now then, a Mark XIV is like the best looking Spitfire on the planet as far as I'm concerned. 5-bladed propeller, still a high back, big tail, or you can have the camera version, the PR version, and I just think that's the perfect Spitfire for me. And then it opens up a whole new world of colour schemes. I mean, you do get, in this kit you do get masks. These are the masks, you can't see them very well on thing, but they're all there for a specific colour scheme for this one. Just mention it at the back, I think, it's this one. So you can have it in the conventional RAF grey green, so that's the dog going mental. Grey green with some inversion markers on, which is quite nice, I don't mind that, but I'll need to investigate as to what colours I'm going to do it yet. I might do that one, but I do want to do it with clipped wings, and I know a lot of people don't like clipped wing Spitfires, but I love them. And it also saves a bit of space on the shelf as well. And the wingtips on the Airfix kit are horrible, I don't like them, they're too fat and chunky and they need a lot of work to get them thinner. If I just put the normal tips on, the clipped wing tips, all you've got to do is work on there and a little bit to thin it down, and you've got a really nice looking wing. So that's what I want to do on the clipped wing Spitfire. 5-bladed propeller, Griffin engine in it. You can't expose the engine, it's just a completely enclosed cowling, but I don't mind about that. It means I've then got a spare 124 scale milling engine that I'm going to build as a separate model in itself and have it on a little display stand, which is another model, another video to come. So this is in my opinion, this is the way that modelling's going now. It's resin. Resin is taking over the world. You're starting to see complete kits now made of resin, and I can see why. Because other people can build them other than big massive companies. You can get cottage industries now building their own, and this is a classic example of that. So these are all the parts. I think I'm going to guess now, and don't quote me on this. I think there's about 130 parts here in resin parts. I don't think there's that many, there can't be, but anyway, there's a lot of parts in it. That's the new spinner, big massive beefy spinner. You got 6 propeller blades there, but you only need 5 of them. Again, more parts of the cowling and things. We've got a new 2 tails actually, because it has a different size fin and rudder, and there's some very nice cowlings and stuff. I mean, the detail of this is fantastic, and it's got loads of cockpit content, parts that are really, really nice. I mean, it's fantastic, but you can't see them inside these come straight out of the printer like this, so I need to take them off I'll take some of them off these cages, if you like, and I'll show you them in more detail. So I'll be back when I've done that. Alright, okay, that took a bit of doing getting those out of there. I guess this is the start of the show, this big lump here. This is the new nose that accommodates the shape of the Griffin engine. Very impressive. Everything about this is impressive. It all fits together really nicely as well. How it fits together with the rest of the model, I don't know, but I'm sure it will. That's the top of the. Let's try and get that to fit back again. That's a new top of the. Let's get that back in. It goes into these. There we go. So that goes into there. Obviously, you have to cut away considerable amounts of the fuselage. So all that needs cutting away. And that blends into the canopy. That's going to be a nightmare to do. I can see it coming, but it'll have to be done. And then you've got this beautiful propeller. Look at that. That's just amazing. You get all the blades. You get 6 blades actually, but you don't need 6 obviously. And the detail on it is fantastic. You get everything that it should be there, that Airfix should have done in the first place. But yeah, look at that. It's fabulous. So yeah, I'm very impressed. You get 2 tails. You get one that's basically there's 2. There's one that I've chipped the end off the. Problem with resin, it is quite fragile stuff. When you're breaking it off the things, you can actually damage some parts of it because some of it's very thin. Anyway, I'll fix that. That's the in between. That's the wartime rudder, and I think the bigger ones are the ones after the war, post-war, if you like. So there we go. You get 2 of those. You get new radiator guards. Now these are better because everything about them's thinner, and you get new covers in there with the little holes in and stuff, and you get an actuator rod which you don't get in the kit. You get new bits for there, which I don't know why, but it's probably to do with it's probably got a proper hole in it with some proper rivets in it, so it's better detail again. You get a considerable amount of. I haven't taken them off the carrier because some of them are so tiny and small. I don't want to break them off any more than I have. Get a new door. The door's beautiful, really is. Get a crowbar to go with it. Some bits of. I don't know what that is actually. I don't recognise it from the kit, so it must be something that's new to this model, or it wasn't in the kit originally. A whole new bunch of levers, throttle quadrants. They're the 2 crowbars. It gets 2 spare ones. Control panel there. I won't use that because I've got a resin one for that. I've got a pre-painted one. Probably won't use it anyway. Some levers, lots of stuff. It's beautiful, really is. So yeah, I'll use them as and when I build the cockpit. Alright, this is the. You get a few jigs in the thing for cutting holes in the fuselage. And this is for the camera version, so you get a camera as well. That's a radio. I think that might be a holder for the camera. You get exhaust stubs. You get both flat version and the round versions, which is fantastic. You get spares as well, as more than 12 I think. Radiators, the propeller hub. So yeah, and this thing's got. It's even got. If I can see inside there. It's got some very fine mesh inside it. How that's been printed like that, I don't know. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's obviously smaller on the Griffin. The one on the Airfix version is quite chunky actually, even the small version of it. So yeah, I chipped that off there when I broke it. When I took it off the thing, that's very thin. It's like paper thin there. So I glued it back on again anyway, so I didn't lose it. So the super glue works really well with this stuff. It sticks really well. So yeah, that bit must go in there, I think. That's the bit that goes in. It all needs cleaning up. It's all straight off the sprue, if you like. If you call these sprues, I don't know. But while I've got these zoomed in, try and show a bit more detail on the blades. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's going to keep me busy as this one. So yeah, upcoming. It can't be done in one video, can't this? It's impossible. Building a whole model is going to take quite a long time. So that's what you're going to get soon. Was this in multiple parts? But it'll be a beast when it's finished. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to building this. So there you go, that's a Laminar Floor Designs upgrade kit. Yeah, you can get these in just about any scale you want. I don't think they do 72nd, I might be wrong, don't quote me on that one. You can certainly get 48, 32nd, and obviously this 24th scale one, so it'll suit all sorts of different versions of kits as well. So we're really impressed with that, well worth every penny. And it came very quickly. I live in the UK and it came from abroad, and it came within less than a week. So no import duties or anything, it just turned up faultlessly. And you get all these parts, loads and loads of parts. That's going to need all cleaning up. They're saying that to take less cleaning up than plastic versions. I won't add, by the way, if you ever do get a resin kit, when you start sanding the stuff, you've got to use a respirator because it's toxic, so be very careful. And when you're breaking the parts off the sprues, it pings all over the place. It's very brittle and it shatters all over. So you end up with bits of this stuff all over you, whatever room you're in doing it. So try and do it carefully into a bin, but you've got to be careful doing that because you could lose some parts. These are the gun covers, by the way, for the new cannons, because the cannons are shorter on the later models. I'll try and get one of them off. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's one of the cannon barrels that goes on there. Yeah, they are considerably shorter actually, but they're beautifully moulded as well. Get those. Fantastic. So yeah, there we go. That's the introduction to this start of this build and to these laminar flow design kits. Beautiful. So see you on the next one.